Okay. Hello? Here, let's, go to our scene. Hi! Hello. Welcome in, everybody. Hi, Ed. Hi, Iggy. Hi, Niji. Hi. I hope you're all having a wonderful Wednesday. Good to see you. Thank you for glomping me, Niji. I would never slay the Scylla, but why? So, last time we did Me-Side, and that was a wonderful time. I learned that there's a bunch of content in Me-Side that I've missed, but we got through the main story. So maybe I'll return to Me-Side one day on stream, but I'm probably just gonna get all the completion off stream. Anyway, I have a massive list of. Okay. I was not expecting that. What the Sigma? I have a massive list of games to play. Sleepy Princess was on it, and I heard a bunch of people talking about it recently, and I was like, yeah, that sounds like fun. And it should let my voice rest, because I believe this game is mostly voice acted, but I guess we'll see. A game called Sleepy Princess sounds perfect for you. I am a sleepy princess. Sure. I don't know what video you're talking about. The Pristine Cut. Oh, it's about this game? Yeah, go ahead. I love Katie. They're really cool. Katie and that cat burger. It's like a cat burglar, but it's a cat burger. Anyway, how's my audio? Does my audio sound okay? Should I up my voice? Should I lower the game volume? Up the game volume? What would make you all the happiest? Sounds good? Okay. We will roll with it then. Let's see. Oh, right. Let me open up Mix It Up. Perfect. Okay. If you're all ready, then we shall get started with slaying the princess. Chapter 1: The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Nice. Ooh. I like this parallax. I think that's what it's called. The like multiple layers moving all at once.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Whoa. Oh my. This is so many options. Okay. Everyone knows you lock princesses in towers or dungeons. True. Wow. So we've got a lot of choices here. Also, hi Cybernetic. I hope you're doing well. Explorer. The end of the world? What are you talking about? Explorer. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Explorer. Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? So I'm guessing Explorer is like find out more info? Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward for doing this? Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution! Silently continue to the cabin or turn around and leave. The choice paralysis. I think we'll just try to figure out more info and ask what the narrator's talking about.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
I do like trees and people, and some birds. Well, some people too. Okay. Doesn't progress you forward. Ah, okay. Thank you, Niji. How can a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
But I'm curious. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going down the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Okay.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
I mean,
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
The egg has hatched and has become a beautiful princess.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Hi, Cluaria. Do I get some kind of reward for doing this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Okay, but tell me what the reward is. Can you tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a good job? I want to be good. Give me a prize. Give me a treat.
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Bark, bark, woof, woof. Bark, bark. Thank you, Iggy. I think you should instead kiss the princess. I like kissing princesses. In lore, Priscilla's a princess, and she has 8 sisters who are also princesses. You sound English, narrator, therefore I do not trust your takes on princesses, the world, or the nature of reality. Rusty, hi! Welcome in, kitty. I love that kitty. Cute kitty. killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Bearded Wonder, thank you for the 21 months. Or 22 months. I'm bad with numbers. Oh. A kiss for Cluaria, okay. Mwah. Killing a princess seems kind of bad.
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Wow, are you insinuating I don't contribute anything of value to society? Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
Clearly you've never watched a movie. Cybernetic's got a good point.
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
I don't know, maybe I am. Do you have any evidence?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Can't someone else do this?
Oh, if only that were the case. But I don't make the rules. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far. But unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off.
Huh, okay.
Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
Okay. What if I said I'm not doing it?
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Okay. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her. And if she's bad, if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face. Maple! Maple, I love you. Hold on. Mwah. I missed you, Maple.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
I'm fine with that. I like honey.
Then each and every one of us is doomed.
The substance, not the browser extension.
So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Okay.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Am I the hero? Wait, who's the hero? I have a sneaking suspicion. I guess we'll see. If another voice gets revealed, I feel like this might be a Disco Elysium type situation. Let's proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
We're playing the pristine cut edition of the game, whatever that means. Yeah, I've been noticing that artifacting too, but I have no idea what's causing it. I don't know anything about graphics settings, so I don't know if there's something here that I should fix. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Okay. I didn't touch anything at all. It seemed to get very upset. What if I turn flickering off? Will that fix it? Probably, right? I've never made a bad decision in my life, so that has to fix it.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Is it still happening? Okay, I like blades. I'll take it.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Enter the base. Oh! Huh? I have a knife in my hand now. My cursor is a little knife.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Maybe.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
I am. It's me. Blinking CTC? Do you think that's the effect? Huh. I wonder what's causing that then. Is it because I'm streaming it? I mean, my CPU is only at 38% usage. And most of that is VTube Studio. I'll turn it off and see if that does anything. No, my 8 sisters are very, very mean.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Yeah, here's the voice of the hero.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hey, I think I'm here to kill you?
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Okay.
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Hi, Aversion. Welcome in.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
That was a very flirty response to the suggestion that you're gonna kill her. Yeah. As a princess, yeah. I would do the same.
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out.
Okay.
Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
I guess we can drop it. What's the worst that could happen?
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
So it's interesting. Our cursor had a knife in it when we were holding the knife, and now it looks like it has like a candle in it. Also, I hope the artifacting gets a little bit better. I'm sorry. I have no clue what's causing it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face.
We'll be fine.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Are we dating already? A relationship? Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Oh, thank you for the hydrate. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
Don't get parasocial about it.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Okay.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Princess Chan. Do you know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
Okay, I was not ready for that retort. You're apparently going to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
What?
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
I think I trust her. Maybe I should give her the knife.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
I was hoping you'd tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
Yeah?
That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
Okay, okay.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear.
Yeah, I didn't even think about the fact that she only has a cuff on one hand.
But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
I feel like we're already getting into some very deep themes here. And we've been playing for like 10 minutes. How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Okay. How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Sure.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade.
Gotta chop off a hand or two.
She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
That...
You know why you're here.
Can you save? Yeah, I could save. Oh, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. I guess I'm getting her out of here. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
I thought you said that we would just resort to cutting your arm off.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Oh.
Is someone else here?
I mean, I guess we could try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Hey, let me out of here.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Fine, return to the bottom stairs.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
Yeah, but I'm bad at following instructions.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
Yeah, this narrator's kind of... They have a lot of character, and that's actually really cool to see.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
Sure.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
I think I will like it, but we'll see. Okay, well, if a cute girl is giving me instructions, I'll follow them happily. Let's save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
Her giant puppy dog eyes as I'm chopping her arm off.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
All right.
She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Sure.
No, we won't have any
I like
of that.
my
The
knife
stakes
has
are
blood
too
on it
high.
now.
You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Excuse me? What is this? What? Wait, oh, I guess it wasn't a candle, it was like claws? Am I like a velociraptor?
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
I think I would like to slay the princess.
You bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally.
Finally. Alright, game's over. Stream's over. We did it. We won. GG. Wait, there was a Warren option? Apparently I just missed it.
Okay. There's no going back now. Though the blade left a deep gash in her shoulder, she barely so much as flinches, turning around to stare at you incredulously.
Are you serious? I don't know what came over you, but if we're doing this, I guess I'll have to kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that? I can beat you to death with one.
Romantic.
But I don't have to tell you that. I'll go ahead and show you.
Oh, there's the artifacting. What causes that? Also, yeah, I saw that the options scrolled. I saw Slay the Princess was like almost every single option, so I assumed that they were all just Slay the Princess. It is full screen. Oh, do you think maybe I should make it windowed? I wonder if that will help. Chess Monica? Maybe. What I could try to do, here, I'm gonna full screen it. And what I'm gonna try is to let's try that. I don't know if this is gonna fix anything, but I'm trying to change the way that I record the screen to see if maybe that fixes it. But if it is, maybe we'll just play it in windowed. Anyway, hi, you're gonna beat us to death, right? Oh man, tough choices. Yeah, we could slay the princess.
Thank you. You swing your arm towards her throat, the blade singing through the air. But she's ready for it. She grabs your arm, her grip like a stone vice. You drop the blade, pathetically. She lets go, and faster than you can react, rears back and hits you with a bone-shattering haymaker. There's a ringing in your ears. You're fairly certain you can feel bone grinding against bone where she fractured your jaw, but your body isn't allowing you to feel much right now. Adrenaline coursing through your system and numbing your nerves.
Alright.
You fall to your knees. You're barely able to bring your trembling arms up to defend yourself before she hits you again. Every blow is as punishing as the first. You feel bones shatter with every impact, unknown ruptures blossoming with blood somewhere inside of you.
This is a good game. I like this game a lot.
You poor thing. I'll go ahead and put you out of your misery.
Okay.
She places a confident heel on your chest and pushes you down to the ground. Her knee falls to your throat, your windpipe crushed beneath a weight you didn't think her slight form could possibly possess. It can't just end like this, right?
Hi, Holy.
I'm sorry, but it's over.
GG.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Dang. Chapter 2? The Tower.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Every game I play is a time loop game. It's all time loops. Is it still artifacting? Turtles all the way down. But I died. What am I doing here?
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago.
Yeah, but I forgot. I'm dumb.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Who is this hero? Are they...
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Oh. I see.
What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again.
Okay. I really do think we're doing like a Disco Elysium thing where all these voices are just like different parts of our brain. Voice of the broken.
She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
True.
Of course we died. She didn't feel pain. She didn't feel much of anything, did she? And she broke every bone in our body before she decided to let us die.
She didn't really let us die, she killed us. It's like she actively had a part in it. She like was the deciding factor. This bird person with dissociative identities for a protagonist.
What were we supposed to do to stop her then? What are we supposed to do to stop her now? It's pointless.
Have you tried kissing her? I think you should try that. Shouting from just off camera. The narrator can't see them, but he can hear them.
She's just a princess. Slaying her shouldn't have been difficult, but congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
I like this. The narrator gives me like huge Stanley Parable vibes.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. The princess killed us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
The ReZero phenomena. Slaying her shouldn't have been difficult, says the narrator who didn't receive a haymaker to the face. Yeah, I'd like to see what he would do in our shoes.
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
So here's what I'm noticing. The artifacting is still happening, but it seems like now it is not showing up on stream, which is really weird, and I'm very confused as to what's causing that. I'll have to look into that more. I don't mind it, but I'm glad to have it not show up on stream.
Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? If she ended the entire world, why should we even bother? We might as well just walk up to that cabin, break her chains, and let her do whatever she wants.
Oh,
It's
okay,
all the
so they
same.
just admitted it. Cool. Disco Elysium is one of my favorite games ever, and I recommend it to a lot of people. So that makes me really happy.
Just because she's capable of ending the world doesn't mean you're not capable of slaying her. Both of those things can be true at the same time. So chin up. I believe in you.
Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
Okay, gosh. You should play it. To quote you from last time around, she's just a princess. Why was she strong enough to beat me to death with her bare hands?
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin and you'll be fine. Or we could pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending that we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us.
I like that line of reasoning. I like the idea of pledging myself to her.
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included.
Who locked her in the basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. The less you know about her, the better.
If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
You're a velociraptor. Only you can kill a princess.
Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here? Who cares if you think we're special? As far as I can tell, the only thing special about us is that we get to experience painfully dying all over again.
I mean, I kind of like that. She killed me last time around. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
Okay, that's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Okay. Turn around and leave. We'll proceed. We'll proceed.
A warning before you go any further.
Yeah? What's up?
She will lie She will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Okay.
Lying? Cheating? Why would she even bother? She didn't need to do anything like that last time. She caught us off guard last time. We'll be fine. Let's just keep our wits about us. At least one of you still has a shred of sense. Just make sure you listen to him and not that whiner.
That whiner. Five-minute adventure. 2 hours later.
If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here.
It's okay, buddy. I'm sorry, Broken. You'll be okay. Do you need like a hug or some head pats or like a plushie? Because I need those.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Okay. I have to climb a ladder. Can a velociraptor even climb a ladder?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
Okay. This whole cabin is different than last time.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't
Small
died, and you
bun.
certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
I'm a small bun. I didn't even notice the music change. Yeah, that's a good point. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. Who cares if there's a mirror? We're all going to die anyway. And I'm sure that if we looked in there, we'd just see something sad and miserable looking back at us. We don't need any reminders of what we are. It would only make things worse.
It's gonna be like the beginning of Disco Elysium, where if you build your character right, you can have one like mental health point, and if you look in the mirror and you fail, you can lose that mental health point and literally lose the game immediately.
For the last time, you're not going to die unless you let it happen. And luckily for you, there isn't a mirror, so no one needs to worry about confronting a grisly visage any time in the near future. Though, for what it's worth, if there were a mirror, I'm sure that you wouldn't find anything sad or miserable in it looking back at you. You probably look perfectly normal.
They're leaning on that fourth wall.
Probably. Do you not know what we look like? He knows. He just doesn't have the heart to tell us.
I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am.
Please don't. I'd rather the princess kill us again than see how dreadful we are.
Grizzly visage, or Grizzage for short.
I care less about what we look like and more about whether we're being lied to. If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from us?
Okay, good points.
I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
Grizzage shake. I want to approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
We're a vampire. We're gonna suck blood.
This really isn't funny.
Wait,
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
Icky? What happened? I guess we'll take the blade. What's the worst that could
You
happen?
take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
There's this barbecue place around here. Oh, okay. This sounds super duper off topic, but I promise you it's not. There's this barbecue place around here that I really love. And there's an employee there that we see pretty often. And every single time we see them, whenever they give us like a utensil, they're like, don't forget your weapon.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease.
All right.
This is actually kind of nice.
Aw, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, Broken.
It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
Whoa. Ma'am? Mommy?
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her.
Broken is kind of a bottom.
Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Alright, let's continue down the
Making
stairs.
your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her
Hello?
figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
Okay, first of all, how deep down did we go? And there's a window. How is there a window here?
The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
Yeah, I'd worship her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
I'm her little bird. I'm her little birdie. Tweet, tweet.
You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
Okay.
The blade slips from your fingers and clatters uselessly to the floor.
We didn't have to do that.
I don't know what kind of songbirdie I would be.
And yet you did.
She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence.
Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Nah, I refuse.
Kneel.
Okay.
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees painfully connecting with hard stone.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk?
Okay.
The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me.
Did she become a god because I told her that she would end the world? Oh, okay. We're getting deep into some time loop shenanigans, and I'm very much enjoying it.
The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Okay, keep calling me little bird, and I'll do anything you want.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done. I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson.
I can't resist being down bad for her.
You are the only one who can deal with her. And if you don't, well, she's let you know what will happen, hasn't she? Then you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. She is inevitable. Can't you feel it? He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to stop her? Okay, first things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done.
We're so useless because there's too many voices going on in our head for us to, actually get anything done.
The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. And if you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
It's honestly kind of relatable, because it's like that choice paralysis where a bunch of different parts of your brain are pulling in different directions, and so you end up going nowhere. Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You can be whatever you want to be. It's so hopeful. Like talking to God and being like, God, what do you want to be when you grow up? I have questions for you before I decide to do anything. I feel like she's gonna be mad if I say this.
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird.
Okay.
There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Okay. You are selling this to me? What would you have me do? What do you have planned?
All you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
If you're so powerful, can't you just break the chains yourself?
Don't be rude. Of course she can. It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world. That's exactly why it's rude. We should know our place.
I was already buying it. You don't have to sell it to me.
I can, easily. But that isn't what I want to do. The story of a terrible and bountiful god unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am, or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was.
First of all, thank you for the anonymous gift to Segs. Yay, Segs! Second of all, this is an incredibly interesting and in like a very meta place to take this, of trying to create the most worthy story. I like this.
The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo for eternity.
Does she want me to be her songbird? True, yeah. The better story you have for ascending to divinity, well, first of all, that's just cool, but it's probably helps you in the long run somehow.
The song of you, being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, that you feel you must deliver me into the world.
True, yeah, the game did say that this was a love story.
And from your act of utter devotion and submission springs a new dawn, a better dawn. Submit now, submit later. It makes no difference. Because in the end, no matter how vainly you struggle against me, my will triumphs over yours.
She's got a good point. Professional simp. Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart.
All right. I guess I'll save, but I feel like there's so many choices in this game that, like, I don't even know the best way to, like, go about this. This love story is about someone who treats their partner as lesser. Yay! My favorite kind of love story. I'm yours to command.
Your will was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent?
Yeah.
All you need to do now is break my chains.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say.
No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong, trying to conceal you from me. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Oh.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about?
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
right. That screaming was top tier.
Rise, my little bird.
Okay.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Whoa. Okay.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? All we have is a blade.
All you need to do is believe it's been done.
All right. And what if I don't believe?
You poor, wretched little thing. You already do believe. You've always believed. All you have to do is open the last door to your heart.
Okay.
It's easy. And once you let her in, you'll be safe and free forever. Please, don't do this.
I have to. It's over. I'm sorry.
There's nothing to be sorry about. This is how it was always going to be. And it is good.
True.
Alright, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna go sit in the corner. Let me know if we get our agency back.
Okay. Part of your brain just like, all right, I'm out. Breaks her chains.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
Okay. What happens now?
Nothing. And then, everything.
All right. Take her hand. I got an achievement. Pledge your loyalty to the better. Oh. Huh? But you do not take her hand. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
The narrator's gone.
He is. Does that mean the world ended? Figures the world would end and leave us with all this nothing.
I don't know where she went, and I don't even know how we'd even go about looking for her.
Right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. I feel anxious. Does anyone else feel anxious?
I think you always feel anxious. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. I don't want to look at us.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
I'm
approach the
begging you,
mirror.
Don't do this.
The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
You approach the mirror, gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. Sans Undertale. If she's the princess, what if we're the dragon? Oh, that could very well be it. So anyway, this game, right? I adore this already. We've only been playing for what, like an hour? And I already really love this. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin? Whoa. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
This is so Dark Souls coded. Also very heaven, or no, we know the devil. Who's the hand person? And we know that the devil is it Jupiter? I think it's Jupiter. Very Jupiter energy. What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Solitary lights? What do you mean?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Yeah. Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is dominance, a figure capable of bending everything to her will. She will make for an overwhelming heart. Do not mourn her, for she would not be able to mourn you.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Hi, Gaz. Bark, bark, woof, woof. Bark, bark. Oh, Karen Pond, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. Karen raid, yay! What were you streaming? I think you do / shout out and then the name. I think that's how it works. Dread Delusion? Is that another visual novel? I don't think I've heard of it before. Hold on. I see Bearded Wonder is aware of the dread delusion. I see. Okay. Thank you, Iggy, for the hydrate. Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
I adore this background music. Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Let her out of there?
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Well, what happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Okay. How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
Interesting. More than one, but less than infinity. Cool, thanks. Super descriptive. Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
I feel like everything that this character says is, like, so impactful. What if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
I was sent to slay the princess, to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape.
Oops, I accidentally clicked. To remold. To shush. I'm glad that there is not penis music playing in the background. Chompies. You're being semantic. What are you gonna do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
That makes sense. I'm not going back.
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
Wait forever.
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
Okay. Normal trans long distance relationship questions. Huh? Huh? I'm guessing it was not supposed to do that. Did the game crash? I mean, it's possible. Okay. Note to self. Even if I will not be returning to saves, it is a good idea to save just in case this
You have
happens.
returned to me.
Oh,
Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
okay. So that was supposed to happen. That's so cool. I wonder if she says something different if you take a long time to reopen the game. I'm gonna save just in case, though. That's so cool. Okay, make me forget. They have lines of text for days, months, weeks, years, even decades. That's insane.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Okay. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
This game is gonna break my brain. I am in love with this so much.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Note, you can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab on your keyboard or R1 on your controller. Tab. I said, oh, I see. What if I just turn around and leave? Okay, here, we'll save somewhere.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Something tells me we're going to be playing this game for a long time. So many lines. Yes, I definitely know where I'm going. Lie.
Somehow I doubt that, but fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I
That's
believe you,
strange.
Plaster Master.
It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Then I'm gonna just turn around and leave
You're
again.
really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you?
I
It's
am.
remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
I'm a streamer. My job is to waste people's time. Good. Maybe everyone should die. It's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them.
When I said everyone, I meant everyone. That's a pretty large group to just condemn to death over a single princess. And, last I checked, you're part of everyone too, so if you think about it, walking up to that cabin and slaying her is really in your best interests as well. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction again. In fact, I'm gonna just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
Oh? Okay. The music sounds a little,
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves.
Who Doki Doki'd my soundtrack.
But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Is this what they're referring to when they say cabin fever?
Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't
That
matter
was a
how
good
many
catch.
paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
I mean, it is pretty fun to irritate you. You're cute.
You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness, But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Oh. Okay. Already on to chapter 2, The Stranger.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
You aren't kidding. She actually ended the world last time, didn't she? What the hell is she?
Last I checked, there wasn't any last time. We've just met, you and I.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
I see. So the voices in her head are dependent. Okay. So chapter 1 leads into chapter 2, which makes sense because that's how numbers work. But it seems like whatever ending you get in chapter 1 expands significantly into chapter 2, and whatever voices you get in your head are based on the ending you get in chapter 1, from what I can tell so far. There are at least 2 numbers. Or at least that's what scientists think.
The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the
What
cabin.
are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
If I can't run away from the cabin, then I'm just staying here in the woods forever.
Oh, that's clever! A little boring, though. It's extremely boring. Can we really do that? Can we really just do nothing? No, you can't just do nothing. You have to do something. Alright, so it's decided. Even if it's boring, we're going to do nothing forever. Congratulations, you continue to waste everyone's time and do nothing. Wait, can you still hear me? Who's getting fuzzy?
The narrator is drowned out by the sound of just like a monkey hitting 2 cymbals together or something.
What is that weird feeling? It's like I'm barely even here anymore.
We're totally disassociating.
Well, it's not nothing, that's for sure. Does that mean we messed up?
No. The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma. The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a textured nothing. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Memory returns. There is a distinct rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. You already know what dwells in the empty spaces. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Confusion. Why are you here? I am unfinished. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. It is useless to us if it doesn't bring more gifts. Force pushing against your will. No, you cannot go back. Not there. Regret. The world is broken beyond repair. We must weave something new. A wagging finger. There is only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am our only salvation.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
All right.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Well, world's dead. Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
What if we do things
You
exactly
make
as
your
the
way up
narrator
the
tells
short
us?
path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed into the cabin. Contrarian is your favorite. I'm excited to meet all of them.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, I'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase.
Continue down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason.
I'm listening to you. And it says here, your name is the narrator, not reason.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Yeah, I'd listen to you.
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
That was a bad joke. I make more bad jokes than I do good bad jokes. Although I make a lot of bad good jokes too, because I try to tell jokes and then I mess up the execution. And bark, bark, woof, woof. Bark, bark, bark. Steel your nerves and step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
What if I just throw it at you, huh? What are you gonna do then?
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Okay. If that's what you want me to do. Slay the
You
princess.
lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh,
Blushes.
this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
No.
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face.
Oh, okay. That was easy.
But is it over? Really over?
Well, yeah, the narrator just said it's over. Now I get my prize! I hope it's ice cream. Of course it is. She's dead.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
Strawberry ice cream.
You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience.
Okay.
But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Oh, vanilla bean, also a banger. Oh, good question, Cybernetic. I forgot about that. Well, let's leave. That was
You
easy.
open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
What is clotted cream? I've never heard of that before. Oh, okay.
I'm so glad you're keeping an open mind. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
I believe you.
Psst. Hey. We're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy. We're happy. Come on, hero. We gotta let ourselves... Sometimes you have to let yourself be gaslit.
Are we really happy? Or is he just telling us that we are?
No, we're happy. I'm sure of it.
Really? Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess.
Huh. Interesting.
More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning.
Yay, happy.
Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voices please, fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
I did it!
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Oh. I forgot. Okay, maybe I'm not happy, and I'm not just saying that because you're the last person I talked to.
Good, because I have an idea to get us out of here, though you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it.
All right.
Don't you dare.
Wouldn't using the blade, kill us? Wouldn't we be dead?
How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it.
People die when they are killed.
In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever.
Yeah, all three of us had the same brain cell at the same time.
I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work. That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
You better be right about this. I'll be pretty upset if we die.
If we die, you can yell at me all you want. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate? Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs.
Oh.
The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die.
Easy.
The end. Nice knowing you.
Chapter 2? Okay.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Who is gonna be in her head now?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
But I already killed the princess.
I can assure you that you didn't.
How do you know?
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again.
Ah, voice of the cold.
Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
Get that voice a jacket. Okay, that was another bad joke. One day, I'll improve my comedy skills, I promise. Alright, let's proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
What?
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
I believe everything women tell me.
She won't be a problem.
Oh, okay. Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge.
Maybe you're right, Iggy. Also, okay, so it seems like that mirror happens in every chapter too, I'm guessing.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
What if we approach the mirror?
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Wipe the mirror
You
clean.
reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
He says to the chicken.
But there was a mirror a second ago.
And now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying over it. Clearly it's not even important enough to be acknowledged.
Okay, fair. Let's take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure.
Hmm.
I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body, lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain.
Quick, slay her.
Okay, she's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous, skeletal grin.
Ghost princess?
And finally,
She's so
the rest
cute.
of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here?
Stanley. No, Stanley, something must have gone wrong.
Ghost!
Weston makes me feel good.
Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
Okay.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you.
Killer is a cute nickname. A cute pet name. I like it.
Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin.
Are you referring to the Bustin' Makes Me Feel Good quote? Because I've seen that video. I've heard that song.
So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
Can we? Yeah, the Neil C. Cierga video. I've also seen the movie a long time ago. Can you let her possess you? Yes, of course. I want to wait and see how things play out.
I see you brought that annoying knife again. So, are you waiting for a chance to use it? Or are you here for something else?
Do you know why you came back?
How should I know? Why does anyone come back? Maybe I have unfinished business with you. Or maybe you have unfinished business with me. All I know is there's a hole in my chest. Not the big obvious one that you put there. There's something older and deeper.
Is it a square hole? Because I know it goes in square holes.
A nagging reminder that I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
See, this is exactly what I was trying to tell you about in the woods. This already happened. We killed her.
Yes, obviously things are strange right now. I think it's safe to say that you've seen something you shouldn't have seen. Whatever worlds you've hopped between, whatever versions of me you've met, none of that matters now. There's no changing what's already happened. But you have a job to finish. Finish how? We already did what you told us. And now she's a ghost. You haven't tried slaying her yet this time, though, have you?
And then what?
And then you'll have saved the world. I think he's asking about what happens after we save the world. If that's even still an option. What do you mean, after?
You already know what we mean, don't you? So why don't you go ahead and tell us? You're going to try and lock us away in a timeless void again? Because I didn't much care for that.
I'm not going to lock you anywhere.
What an interesting choice of emphasis.
I kind of love the cold. Because the cold is willing to call out the narrator. I'm sorry I killed you last time. I shouldn't have done that.
Too little, too late. But you can still make things right.
I love her voice is like coming from her, but also it's like a whisper in my ear.
She's not in a position to bargain with us. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
We don't have to do anything, but maybe we should. We did kill her. Wouldn't it be the moral thing to help her now that we have another chance?
Ghost Princess ASMR? Jarvis, write that down.
When a hero slays a monster, does he apologize to it?
No.
So don't try to make things right. She was going to end the world. You didn't do anything wrong, aside from apparently killing yourself, and that doesn't have much to do with her.
You didn't do anything wrong except for killing yourself. How dare you? And where are you supposed to be?
Home.
And just where is home, I wonder?
I like that.
I
Where are
don't
you
know
supposed to
home
be?
is.
Home.
I just know it isn't here. But I can feel it calling to me from someplace far away.
I actually weirdly relate to that a lot.
Wherever I'm supposed to be, it's out there.
A common thing that I say when I'm sad is I want to go home, even when I'm at home. Or I guess I'm at my place of residence.
How specific. And how convenient for her. You see what she's doing, right? She's suggesting that the only way you can rid yourself of her would be to let her out, which, in case you haven't been listening, will spell the end of the entire world.
Do you want me to die? Do you want me to kill myself to satisfy some sort of sick revenge fantasy? Because I already did that, and it wouldn't be it wouldn't be hard to do it again. Ma'am, do you want me to kill myself? I died too, and I'm not floating around like you are. Oh my god, look at all these choices. I didn't even realize, but there's way too many choices here. I died too, and I'm not floating around like you. Why am I different?
You don't look dead, killer.
The princess grabs your wrist, a sudden shock of cold flowing all the way up your arm, her eyes still fixed on yours as you try to squirm out of her grip.
And you don't feel dead either.
She lets go and pulls away. Your fingertips tingle painfully as the chill subsides.
I'm less interested in why you are or how you are, and a lot more interested in what you are. I've tried to leave on my own. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here. I just want to go home. I'm so cold and alone here. But you can come and go as you please, can't you? So, let me hitch a ride. After all, you own me.
Okay.
Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can possess us?
Yes.
She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her.
I am okay with letting women inside of my body.
Would she be able to see us if we went along with it?
That's an interesting question.
Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him. I wonder what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so badly.
Oh.
You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
Sounds great. Do it. If I let you in, do I still get to be in control?
Sure, why not?
That doesn't sound very reassuring.
It could be the best way to trap her for good. Doesn't seem like it would be very easy to end the world from inside someone else's body.
That is a very dangerous train of thought.
You know what? Sounds great. Do it. Let's pull the trigger.
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
You're really trying to make it up to me, aren't you? Thanks for being a pal, killer. I mean it.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
See you soon.
She rushes forward and then she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul. I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over? I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body. You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
Oh, that didn't go well.
Come on, you. You've got to get up. I know everything feels heavy right now, but we still have to get out of here.
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
As a matter of fact, yes.
So, it doesn't work like that for you?
Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor, are they also supposed to be you?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass, I'm...
It's okay. You can finish your thought.
This is so interesting. Noella, I love you. Thank you, sis. Yeah, the mirror. All these voices in our head are just shards of ourself.
I'm... a voice? I'm me, is what I am.
Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
You don't have to fight. We'll all be out of here soon.
I believe you.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too.
I'm clearly the same thing you are.
They're not listening to me. Do they not listen to you either?
As a matter of fact, no, my brain does not listen to me. And the drugs help, but only a little.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him. You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
I like the idea of being possessed and the ghost is like, oh my god, is this what it feels like to be you? Your back is in so much pain and everything is so heavy and you have like a constant like headache. Like, what's wrong with you?
So, you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there. Like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
That's rude.
I think the goddess called him a memory too.
You're kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen.
Obviously she's nowhere to be seen.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
You don't have to let him get to you. You're better than that. You're starting to make things right.
The princess is being so sweet right now.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
Can't think straight. There's too much noise.
It's okay. We're almost out of here. Just take it one step at a time, and everything will be fine.
Everything won't be fine if you listen to her.
I mean, maybe it would be funny, but I want to know what happens if I let her escape.
One way or another, this is all going to end. Wouldn't it be nice if he ends with it?
Wouldn't that be nice? There's only one way to find out.
Wait, what do you want, princess? Princess over here like, I want to go home, I want to escape, but also, it'd be kind of great if you killed that dude. uh... I have no idea what to pick. Yeah, I guess we could save here. Commit? Okay. We'll commit.
Your legs, weary with the weight of the princess's spectral form and clumsy with the cold that still pervades them, stumble towards the stairs.
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to act like it's the end of the world.
But that's exactly what you leaving this place is going to be.
You don't know that.
I do. Wait, if she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean that her leaving won't end the world?
It doesn't mean that at all. It could mean that wherever her home is, it's outside of the world.
Yeah, but it has to be somewhere, doesn't it? And if it's somewhere, then it's part of the world.
I suppose it's all a matter of perspective. Where does the world end and something else begin? Does the destruction of one open a door to another? Or is it the same world reborn?
Against the backdrop of the inane conjecture of meaningless little voices, your body continues its ascent up the stairs, staggering through the open door.
For how much you hate her, you aren't doing a whole lot to stop us from leaving this place.
Maybe the bossy one doesn't actually hate me. Maybe he even likes me. Or maybe he just knows that he's been in the wrong. Maybe he's trying to make amends too.
Interesting. The bossy one.
Not at all. I'll have you know that I do hate you, and I will continue to hate you for as long as I am able. It's just the weight of it all. It's too much for me to do anything other than describe and dictate.
And whine.
This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess. If you want to renege on your cataclysmically terrible decision a minute ago, well, you're the only one that can make that happen.
They really want me to KMS. Let's trudge forward. It's like a pentacle. You're not wrong.
You continue slowly to the door, your feet like lead dragging across the floorboards, growing heavier with each step.
We're so close. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If we get out of here, I won't even care that you murdered me anymore.
Yay.
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle, but you pause before you open it, exhaustion sapping what's left of your will.
Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up? It's over. There's no use stalling. Let's see what happens next.
Open the door.
Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough, was it? The handle clicks as you twist it, and then the door groans open. Collapse to the ground, you and the princess, free from the confines of the cabin. As you exhale from the effort, you look up and see...
See what?
Yes?
Huh? Huh?
Nothing. He's gone, and so is everything else.
So we did slay him after all. He had it coming, I suppose. But what about us? Are we just stuck here in nowhere forever? Did taking her out of the cabin really end the world? We're still here. Yeah, but that thing you said earlier, are we not part of the world anymore? Are we in some world that exists after the world ends, or on top of the other world but not in it, or have we never been part of the world?
Okay, I've heard enough from these two. Let's see if I can pop out.
Oh. Pick up a passenger and take her to her destination. You feel a lightness in your chest as a pair of sunken eyes emerge from your body and stare up at you.
Yeah. You actually freed me, didn't you? I'm outside. Thanks for giving me a second chance, Philip.
The real passenger princess. She's just like me, for real, for real. Actually, that's not true. I love driving. I usually prefer to be the one driving. I don't know why.
Don't mention it.
I think this is where I'm meant to be.
Ah. God, I miss living in a city that had sidewalks. I hate needing to drive everywhere. I used to live in a city where I could walk to a store or like a library or like a college. I could just walk to places or take the bus or the light rail. Now I have to drive everywhere. You don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
It's gonna be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. You don't need to comfort him.
I'll see you on the other side. It's gonna be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. Whatever makes you happy.
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. Oh. The bloat. I just got an achievement called the bloat. You've grown. I see. Okay. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
When I found you in the long quiet alone, I was terrified. What if you had decided to let me wither? But your commitment now is final. Your ability to walk the path of mutual annihilation is vanished with your return. If you still wish to obliterate me, it will have to wait until I am complete.
Okay.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together.
Something interesting that I actually did not notice until just now, but every character talks through the little voice box down here, except for the princess. Her text is always up here. I find that interesting.
It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Being trans be like. Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a single straight answer?
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions.
Ah, it's because we see her. Interesting.
The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
Eldridge being a neurodivergence overlap. You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is vaporous. She is a dream of a life she could never have, but that longing has given her so much capacity for kindness. She will make for a yearning heart. Do not mourn her. She will finally be able to hold what she never knew.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
I honestly adore the way this character talks. I really love this kind of dialogue, even if I struggle to understand the full meaning of it sometimes. It's always my favorite kind of dialogue. I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. but they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before.
So it's interesting. We have the voices in our head that are constantly pulling us in different directions. I wonder if every princess that we add to her is going to be like another voice in her head.
I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
When this is all done, what do you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed.
That makes sense, yeah.
But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
I want to get to know you better too. Yeah, I actually, honestly, every single voice actor or every single voice so far has been top tier, amazingly well done. What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them.
Oh, there's only 2 VAs for the whole game? That's insane.
My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
That's a good point. Okay. So you don't have any preference on how you'd like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
This is all incredibly insightful. I don't know how to describe this, but a lot of these lines are things that I've thought about, but they always felt kind of like ephemeral thoughts that didn't really mean anything. But having a character state them more directly to me makes them feel way more concrete and real. I don't know. It feels like my brain has thoughts that it actually cares about and wants to make permanent. But most thoughts are just temporary and will fade away. I'll have more to say about her next time. When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Oh, I see. I should tell you a bit about DBT. Yeah, I'm interested. How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
It's okay. I want to help you. I hope I can. My only hope is that I can shape you into something that you're happy to be. I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Chapter 1: The Hero
You're
and
on
the
a path
Princess.
in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution!
That's the spirit. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture, the blade, is your implement.
Let's go without the blade this time.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Interesting.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Just checking in on you.
You are? It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
You know, it's been a while since I've done anything for you, hero, I think.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
gonna go check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
Yeah, don't go anywhere. Better still be here when I get back.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
I guess
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Hey, let me out of
Your
here.
shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
All right. You know, sometimes when you're really hungry, Plaster Master, I feel like sometimes you type a message before my brain, or like you like steal a thought out of my brain and type it before I can say it.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
I want to save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
I flew up.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Okay. I hope the narrator doesn't do that thing again.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom
Right,
stair,
I can
your body
warn.
steps forward and raises the blade.
Because I missed that
Wait,
option the first time.
This isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
What are you doing, step bird? Warn her.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
What are you doing, step killer?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
Oh, did I do something wrong?
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing
Yay.
through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Not yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Oops, Sargi, she says, stabbing you.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done.
Hi,
For
Rudo
her
Rider.
sake.
For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
Yeah, but it's a girl doing it, so.
I'm sorry.
She's kind of cute when she's stabbing me to death.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
I think the princess would very much enjoy that, Cybernetic.
It can't just end like this.
If this
Right.
is the same princess you've told me about before.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over.
She's so cute. Look at her big puppy eyes.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
The damsel. Damn.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her.
Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
The smitten. A smooch for Niji? Okay. Mwah. Aw. Thank you.
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
Excuse me? The four of us? Who are you talking about? Oh. Maybe they're counting the princess in on that.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
And you wouldn't? Ah, Holly, thank you for the gift sub to Niji. I appreciate it. Thank you. My broken notifications still. Listen, the things that I would do to get a kiss on the cheek.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
True. Broken bunny is still a cute bunny. Aww. Let's proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in. I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice. I do, but I also speak from the
I do.
heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead. The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'd like to touch the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
But there was a mirror a second ago. And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Okay, so I guess, Smitten knows what we are. Okay, do we take the blade or not? What's the best way to save the princess? I'm thinking not take the blade. Nah, okay. Well, I mean, last time the narrator just teleported the knife down there when I didn't take it. So I don't think it matters that much, but...
The door to the basement creaks open,
we'll
revealing an
see.
intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Nah.
A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
No, I like fawning.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love.
I'm in love.
Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
I like being manipulated. Yeah, I'm something of a fawn responser myself.
You walk down the stairs and
She's
lock
so
eyes with
pretty.
the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing. And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
Okay, so you believe me now? You didn't believe me when we came across her dead body? That other time? You believe...
That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
Sorry, narrator, you're not my first.
We damned a whole world, but everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever, especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She's so good. I just want to, make her happy.
She took that in stride, to a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
Muno! Hi, Muno. Slay me, I dare you. We're slaying everyone tonight.
That's because she's perfect.
Thank you, Smitten.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
I don't know. Women who commit violence are pretty hot. What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Oh, that makes sense. But, before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Everything you do makes me happy.
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
No, I don't want the world to end.
Then I didn't end the world.
I believe you.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself.
Not so sure.
Let's rescue the princess.
Rescue her? What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity? And even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be, you'd have to get her out of those chains. Good luck with that.
Don't you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her out with ease.
No, if her hand could just slip out of the chains, why hasn't she done it already?
I accidentally pressed the enter and the click button. The left click at the same time. No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. If her hand could just slip out of the chains, why hasn't she done it already?
Because we've yet to present her with her freedom. I'm not sure I follow. Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder who tells you what you can and cannot do? I think I'd rather believe in facts. Ah, so you're one of those empiricists. One of us has to be. Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator, we courageously step forward and free our beloved from her bindings.
I hate ultimatums so much. Ultimatums have taken... Ultimatums are painful, yeah.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
I mean, even if you are the one with the power, you have to choose between two things. And what if you want both things? You can't have both things. You have to lose one. And sure, you get the other, but you're still losing one. Sorry, I don't mean to get too deep into that. Just personal thoughts and past experiences.
You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
Jingle keys?
I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
Those are chains, Iggy.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
Like kiss and like play dolls and stuff. Normal princess stuff. What do you want to do?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
Oh,
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
what do I want? I want ice cream and head pats and plushies and cuddles and kisses and a burger, and more ice cream and some other stuff too.
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection, and then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I want a Red Robin burger. I want the Red Robin burger that's like pineapple. Who's Red Robin? What is it called? I don't remember what it's called, but it's super duper sweet and yummy. If you want to leave, then let's leave.
That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
Aww.
I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs, hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this.
I want a girl to smile at me that way.
And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
Okay, narrator.
That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no, did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right, it isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense, you just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Do you think you can open it?
Well, I don't know. Do you think I can?
Of course she can. You believe in her, right?
I believe in her.
He's leaving this basement.
I think we can open it if we try together.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. And
Someone's salty.
the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me? I told you our love was insurmountable.
I love this so much.
You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade, that's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
The fact that you can still slay her after getting this far into it is wild. I wonder what would even happen, but no, we're not doing that.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you. You know, if her walking out that door is really going to end the world, can't we all just stay here? Seems like an easy win for everyone. That's not how this works. Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obviously, we have to leave with her. It's our happy ending.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yeah.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside.
We did it! Your love will set you free. This is a game about true love. So why is the music all weird? Music, this is the love ending. You're playing the wrong music.
Our happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Maybe like a burger.
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
She's about to be stolen from us by I don't know what to call the being that wants the princess shards. I don't know if there's a name for that or if it's like a spoiler that I have to learn later. But call her hands. I mean, I guess that's fair, yeah. It's accurate. Her. Okay. Her. Well, anyway, our princess is about to be stolen by her. So unfortunately, Smitten is going to be sad, but...
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Yoink. But you didn't get the chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
It's gonna be
It
okay.
feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is gonna be nice.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
She will. Kind of. Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Are we gonna be like fatter? Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. The decay. You're withered. Ooh. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
How can you stand to be a contradiction? I don't know. How do I stand to be a contradiction? I feel like I think I've expressed this before. And maybe some of you feel the same way, but in a similar way to the way that the main character thinks, where it's like a bunch of different voices in their head, I kind of feel the same way, except instead of it being like a bunch of voices all talking at once, it more feels like I'm just swapping places with different voices. Like there's only ever one voice active at a time, but there's a bunch of them that are constantly like in line waiting to take over. It'd be like if us as the player could lose control and the hero could take over, or the cold could take over and they could make decisions. That's how I've been feeling over the past like year. I guess I've been feeling that way for longer, but I didn't really know what it was until last year. Sorry, I'm getting way too deep into this. We're supposed to just be enjoying slaying the princess. How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
I don't know if I would consider myself a system, but I feel like something in that area is for me, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think I'm full on plural, but I do feel like there's something in that general vicinity that I could grasp onto as some form of identity, but I don't know what. Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Have you figured out what you'll want when we're finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Yeah, that makes sense. You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
It doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse? I mean, none of us got hurt in the last one. Well, sort of.
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
No. If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
Yeah, I think games have, especially lately, helped me to understand a lot about myself and the world and how I feel about the world, and they just helped give me a lot of like context for things that exist in like this ephemeral space in my mind, but they don't, like, they're not real until some kind of piece of media calls attention to it or something. So you don't have any preference on how you'd like to change your girl? I'm guessing she's just gonna say the same thing.
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me.
You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right?
If that remains your choice when all is said and done, then you may try. But know that I do not wish you harm, even if you attempt to destroy me.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
We will know when we near our destination.
These two lines, attack the entity and destroy your body. I wonder what they do. This game is so good. Yeah, this game is absolutely fantastic, and it's funny to say, but I think I know that a game is good when I have a lot to, like, it pulls a lot of like words out of me. One way to find out, I guess you're right. I guess you are right. What if I destroy my body? You raise your will to end your life, but as it buries into the space your body should be, you feel nothing at all. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently touches the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Oh. What if I attack? Your will cuts across the entity in front of you, but nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
Okay, I guess I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Oh, everything goes dark and you die.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
We've got 10% of the achievements so far. We're gonna be playing this game for a long time, I think. It is 11:30. Yeah. Okay, that's a good point. We did, what, 3 routes? I think we completed 3 routes. Maybe a few more, I don't know exactly. Okay, here, let's save. Accessibility. Oh, that's nice. Ooh, well, I'm excited to do more. Okay, I usually end at like around this time, so I should probably end it here, but yeah, I'd imagine. I don't know, how many streams do you think that this game is gonna take me to beat? If I do like roughly 3 to 3.5 hours of gameplay each. I mean, I'd like to see everything. Maybe not every little tiny detail, but definitely every route. What I want to do, okay. I've talked about this a very tiny amount, but I don't know if I've talked about it on stream. I have a surgery coming up in February. So I should probably try to finish this game before February. Maybe I don't know. I'll try to figure something out. Other announcements. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing more Fate as always. Friday is my birthday, but I probably won't be doing a birthday stream. Maybe I'll just make Thursday my birthday stream, I guess. I don't know. I haven't planned for anything. Planning stuff is hard. My brain is tired. Yeah, I understand. It is, that Twitch chat is definitely not the best place to discuss these super deep topics, but I do want you all to know I love seeing all that you have to say about everything. Okay, let's end it here for now. And then maybe I'll do like an extra long stream one night or something to try to like knock out a ton of content on this game. But yeah, tomorrow Fate at 8 p.m. EST, and then next week more Slay the Princess on Wednesday at 8 p.m. EST. Yeah, this went in a lot of interesting directions and I had a lot of fun. Thank you all for playing with me. I love you all. Let's find somebody to rate. BM is playing Minecraft. They have like a custom category that says just catting. I didn't know you could do custom categories, but I guess that makes sense. Oh my god, ads. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. I had a lovely time with you all. This game is absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna send us all over. I hope you have a wonderful night, and I will see you all tomorrow.